you have begun to show. You have begun to show your servant. Devarim 3:23. He asks, what manner of a beginning is here in saying you have begun? And he answers, surely Moshe was a beginning in the world, in being absolutely perfect. You may say that Jacob was perfect prior to Moshe, for the tree ZEIR ANPIN was perfected through him below as it was above, because he had 12 sons that correspond to the 12 borders of ZEIR ANPIN, and 70 souls that correspond to the 70 branches in the supernal tree ZEIR ANPIN. It is surely so, but Moshe attained what no one else did by being more completely bedecked. He was crowned with many thousands and tens of thousands of people of Israel with the Torah, with the Tabernacle, with the priests and the Levites, with the 12 tribes, with the 12 princes appointed over them, with the 70 members of the Sanhedrin. He was completed in a whole body, the secret of TIFERET, that includes right and left. For Aaron was his right and Nachshon to his left, and he was between them. And so it says about the tree, talks about below and above. And you see, it says in Bereshit 21 verse 33, it says, and I will plant a tree below. And it is desirable to know that in ZEIR ANPIN there are two aspects of the tree, which is the tetragrammaton of Yud K Vav K, Tiferes, and below. And this is the secret of Yaakov. For as long as he was called Yaakov, he was pursued by Esau and Lavan, who had a hold on him. And the second tree of life is from the chest above. However, he was called Yisrael. The lower tree was completed with the one above, and everything was in the secret of good and life. For this is why his bed was whole. And so the tree of life, the two aspects of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which extend downward, which is the secret of Yaakov. And the second, the tree of life, from the chest above, when he was called Israel. The lower tree was completed with the upper one. And this is why all his children were righteous. But Moshe, what was in Moshe? The intention is that all perfection of Yaakov was in the aspect of ZEIR ANPIN itself. And this is the meaning of I will plant a tree, the body of the tree, which is ZEIR ANPIN. But Moshe was from the aspect of the small face, or panim, with ZEIR ANPIN, as is known. It is also known that there are two aspects of da'at in ZEIR ANPIN, as it's stated, for my thoughts are not your thoughts, in Yeshayahu 55 verse 8. And the first is between the aspects of Chokhmah and Bina, the small face, that enter Chokhmah and Bina of ZEIR ANPIN, and this is called the storage of the small face, Akshanata of the small face, which does not spread throughout the body of ZEIR ANPIN, but remains concealed and shines in the head of ZEIR ANPIN. And this is the secret of two apples of Arach, the long expansion, the sevenfold correction, as stated in the Zohar. And this has to do with the 7 rectifications the seventh rectification of the beard, the tikkun. And there's 7 breaths in Sag that which ascend to Sod Rav, which equals 260. And since they do not extend through ZEIR ANPIN, they're not accessible to the lower Adam, only to Moshe. This is the meaning of no other man had access, referring to Moshe's unique level. Yaakov is rooted in the lower Da'as, which extends to the body of the tree. And this corresponds to the 10 permutations of the tetragrammaton, which are divided into 5 chasadim and 5 gevaros, that also rise to Sod Rav. And since Moshe included both levels of Da'as, he was called Sar, prince. And Sar is Samak Resh, 260. Sar, double 260. And the Lord saw that he turned aside, Sar, to look. You can read that in Shemot, chapter 3, verse 4. And you have begun to show, in Devarim 3:24. You have begun to show. Also, in Tikkuni HaZohar, it says their backs were full of eyes, resembling Yud-K Vav-K, which consists of 72 crowns and 24 circular formations. This is the secret of the eyes, whose entire power comes from Abba. And so, what is the 72 crowns with the 24 circular formations? So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 circular formations with 3 crowns on each for 72. For he was crowned with the highest perfection. This teaches about the ultimate perfection of ZEIR ANPIN, for it is known to those who know that the crown of ZEIR ANPIN has 3 aspects, one from Ima, one above it from Abba, Chokhmah, and the third, which is the greatest of all, Arich, Keter. And so, for he was crowned with a greater completeness. 3 aspects, the Keter of the crown of ZEIR ANPIN, Ima, the higher level of Abba, and the greatest of all, from Arich ANPIN. And it says here that Moshe, being more completely bedecked with many thousands and tens of thousands of people of Israel. So there's in units, ones that equal in Malchus. Then there's tens that refer to ZEIR ANPIN, hundreds in Ima, thousands in Abba, and tens of thousands in Arich ANPIN. Yaakov saw an increase of a few hundred descendants receiving Keter from Ima. Moshe, however, attained 1,000 and 10,000, meaning he drew down the complete Keter into ZEIR ANPIN. And Keter equals Or. Or is light. Aleph Vav Resh, 207 times 3 equals 621. Keter is Chaf Sav Resh equals 620. Im Kalel plus 1 is 621. And this is just a little bit of a study from the Zohar. You have begun to show.